Hi guys, welcome to Gemma B Makes. I'm Gemma and this is my crafty podcast where I talk about all the things that I've been making. I've been making so many things, all the things for Christmas. And I haven't got them to show you anymore because I've gifted them all, so I'm just going to have a little chat about what I actually have been making and a few of my finished objects. I think I'm going to have to start again for the new year and just tell you about all my plans. So I'm going to start by telling you what I'm wearing. This is my finished Tanya by Caitlin Hunter. It is knit in North Shire Yarns Cashmere Merino in the Amarina Sunday colourway, and I love it. What are you doing? Edward crawling around. Why don't you just come and sit and chat with me? No? Okay. He's just hiding. You can be my shower offer. Here, stroke my arm. Isn't it soft? So I knit this over a couple of months. I'm really happy with how it turned out. I don't really want to do a little standy up. Yeah, I will. So it worked out really well. It blocked out massively. So I only had 3 skeins of this yarn. And basically it's supposed to be cropped. So I think it is slightly cropped. It's not up here, but it's the perfect size. I'm really happy with the size that I've got. It's starting to pill a little bit, but that is the nature of cashmere. I did make a little mistake. So as I was, because I did it over such a long time, you knit in the round, knit all the bottom, knit up, and then for the sleeves, we stop for the sleeves and then you knit back and forth. You knit across and you purl back, and short row shaping for the shoulders. I misread the size, so I assumed I was doing one size and actually I was doing another. So this length here is shorter than it should be, which means the armhole is smaller than it should be, and it is, as you can see, quite tight. A little bit of pill in there, look. I have got one of those little bobble offs that I should have used before I did this, but you know, naps and times, and just let's sit down and get it done while I am here. So yeah, so it's a little bit tight around the arm, but not that it's uncomfortable, it just sits perfectly. It's just, I'd say there's like a little bit of negative ease there rather than any kind of positive ease. It's supposed to be quite a baggy top and mine's quite fitted, but with only 3 skeins of yarn, that was what I was aiming for, so that's good and it all worked out. I love these drop these shoulders. I think it fits really nice. There's a nice little rolled neck, and it all worked out really well. It's a lovely pattern and I will definitely make another one. The pattern has a lot shorter sleeves. I think it stops at 5 centimetres and I wanted to use all the yarn, so I just kept knitting until it was finished. So there you go, that is my finished Tanya. I was really happy with it. What's next? So what's next? What else have I been knitting? I've got a few finished objects to show you, but they're crochet, so my glamorous assistant is going to pick something up. You can pick that, yeah, that's it. Okay, so this is my finished stash of shells Cal by the Crochet Project, done in all my very early hand spun. So I've spun all this yarn myself, either on drop spindles or on the first times on the wheels. It's all my very first stuff, so it's all very mismatched, all very higgledy-piggledy, and I absolutely love it. It's like crazy colours. Let's see if I can do you like it?
Only how soft it is.
Only how soft it is.
And colours.
You like this, how soft and the colours it is. It is really soft. Although there's something in the middle that's got itchiness to it. I think it's this one. So the one that they say to use in the middle, because it's going to go around your neck, to pick the softest one. And when I spun this, I think it's alpaca and silk and camel or something, and when in the skein it felt really, really soft, and when I was spinning it, it felt really, really soft. So I chose this one purposefully to go in the middle around your neck, but actually it's got like, I don't want to say hairs, but like quite spiky little bits every now and again that just get you right in your chin, and it's just not the nicest. Thinking about it, I think I'd put this really big chunky one in the middle. I have lots of that. Nice, yeah. Got some sparkly bits in this one. So it is really, really, really big. You'll hold that side for me, I appreciate that. So yeah, but it's lovely. I'm just a little unsure what to do with it, to be honest, because it's a little bit itchy to wear, and that's my own fault. It's this one, look, you can see the big hairs coming out of it. Otherwise I would, because it's just that kind of crazy that, yeah, you hold that one for me, and we'll just do this side as well. Super huge and massive, but the pattern is lovely. It doesn't, oh, you're taking half the tree. Ah!
Great. Just great.
Just break the tree. I think I'll have to make another of this particular pattern in leftover sock yarn, which is what the pattern calls for. It's a pattern for leftovers. I think up to like 30 grams of sock yarn, which would be a perfect size. You can't see, but Edward is all the way by the kitchen door. So this one is pretty huge. I don't think it's supposed to be this big.
Yes, I was near the kitchen door.
But yeah, so this is the Stash of Shells by the Crochet Project. Now the Crochet Project, if you've been here before, you've heard me talk about their mystery crochet alongs. I enjoy every single one of them. I really enjoyed that one, and they just started their Boxing Day one, so I'm going to show you that one in a little bit. But again, they did, so Joanne Scrace of the Crochet Project did like, you stood right in my light, sweet pie. So Joanne Scrace of the Crochet Project held a design by committee cal. So it was quite fun to take part in. She had little questions on Instagram, and you voted for which kind you wanted. Did you want a chunky weight, lace weight, or did you want a cowl, or a, I can't remember what these choices were, a big shawl or a big this, and it was yeah, just so we all voted, the people that follow Joanne on Instagram. I really enjoyed taking part, and then what ended up with was I think it was for worsted weight or for aran weight. It was for aran weight to either make a headband or a cowl. I opted to do the headband. So this is the Design Committee cal headband. I crocheted this in West Yorkshire Spinners DK. So I didn't have any aran weight yarn just available at home, but I did have this, and I just went down a crochet hook. So I think it called for a 7 hook and aran weight. This is DK and a 6mm hook, and it worked out really well. Someone had put on Instagram how it reminded them of Quality Streets, and I totally get that. I think they look like little sweeties all wrapped up. And it fits really well. All of my hair is super curly and lovely at the minute, and I don't really want to spoil it by putting this on. But every time I've left the house, I've put this on. It's the perfect thing that I needed. Most of the time my hair is in a ponytail. What are you doing? Sorry, Edward stood behind the camera wearing a hat that I made, dancing like an idiot.
Hey.
Come and sit here if you're going to do it. So yeah, so that was another small little project. Sit down, stop showing my things. I don't know. I don't know if I finished on this one. Just sit still.
Gone.
So this, yes, I really enjoyed taking part in the Cal, and it was really fun. It was just over like one kind of day. She just released it row by row every couple of hours. I really enjoyed it. I finished it off and I've worn it every day. And like I say, my hair is normally in a ponytail, like mum life ponytail all the time, and that is perfect to just throw over the top. I don't have to worry about putting my hair into a hat. Yeah. So yeah, it's perfect. I really enjoy it. And those are my finished objects for knitting and crochet. They're not, because I made so many things. I just haven't been able to show you. So I made a pair of socks for every member of my family. Every member?
No.
Not my brother.
I didn't get any.
Edward didn't get any. David didn't get any. I made some for those that I think would appreciate it. So my mum got a pair, my sisters, and my dad. No, my dad did not, because I didn't have time to make him. Who did I make? My sisters, my mum, and my sister-in-law got socks. I knit my mum the Camden cap by Woolly Wormhead. It's the cat with a peak. That was a little bit of a challenge, but I really enjoyed making that. I made my sister a sock head hat. I used an Easy Knits yarn for that one. That one was really fun. I also made my other sister, Maisie. I finished the Leam Lane shawl. I don't know if you guys, if you've been here before. I was knitting a test knit for Geordie Knits, Katie of Geordie Knits. Where are you, Katie? We miss you. Where are you? You've disappeared off the face of the earth and I cannot find you. I don't know when her pattern is going to be released, if it's going to be released. Katie seems to have disappeared from social media altogether, and I hope she's okay. But I was gifted the yarn by Truly Hooked. No, it was Truly Hooked yarn gifted by Woolful on their online shop. They also are an everyday walk-in shop as well. So, but they really gifted me 3 skeins of Truly Hooked yarn. It was a Peruvian wool and it was a massive, it turned out a lovely, really big shawl. It's so warm, super warm, and I gifted that to my sister. I'm really hoping that I can get pictures of all these lovely gifts that I made for everybody while they're wearing them, and maybe I can pop them on Instagram. So keeping your eye out on Instagram. Hopefully some finished objects will be coming onto there soon. What else did I knit for my family? Nothing else. No. I have been doing some sewing. So as well as knitting for my sisters, I also made some bags. So I had some really nice woolen tweed gifted by my friend Irene. So I made some tweed bags that turned out really well. I made 3 altogether, so I made one for each sister and one for the Secret Santa of my guild, at Spinners, Weavers and Dyers Guild. And I also made all the gents in my family these giant hats, the giant heads.
And it's also got leaves inside.
And it also got leaves inside. So I made this with some Harris tweed. I ordered directly from Harris Island. It was directly from her loom shed in Harris Island, and I loved that. So I ordered 1 metre of this oatmeal tweed, and I managed to get 3 of the fell down caps. So this is the Fell Down, I think that's what it's called, made by Jack's mum. I made one for my dad, I made one for my brother, and this one is for my brother-in-law, Craig. This one is a little bit big. I made the biggest size. I couldn't get Craig's head size. It's just giant. It turns out it's a little bit big, so I have got it back, so I'm going to put a little bit of elastic in the back just to pull it in a little bit so it'll fit in. But I lined it with a quilting cotton. I lined my brother's with a Millennium Falcon quilting cotton, and I lined my dad's with a really nice just a lining material, like a silky kind of cream, and it looks really good. I'm happy with it. I was really happy with how all of these turned out. And I also made a tiny little one for my nephew Milo, but it's too small. I made the smallest size and he's already grown out of it. So it's now in my re-gift pile. So, but yeah, I was really happy with how these turned out. And I think that's all the gifts that I've been making. Oh, I did some felted soap. I've been making soap too. So I made some soap, just like a melt and pour. And I got some really nice fragrances from Cozy Owl that are like an organic, naturally made kind of thing. So they smell really strong and nice, but are good for your skin. And then I felted them. That was really fun, and a challenge because I handmade the soap. It disappeared really quickly when I was felting it, so I had to get a little bit ingenious behind it and use a felting needle at the same time as wet felting. So that was fun. I really enjoyed doing that. What else? I think that's it. I think I'll stop talking about things that I made for other people and start showing you a few of my works in progress. Because now Christmas is finished, I have just been casting on so many things because I've been so excited about I've been so excited about starting loads of new projects that as soon as Christmas gift knitting was finished, I just wanted to start everything all in one go. So I'll start with my crochet project, MCAL. So they're doing yet again another mystery crochet along. This one is called the Holbrook Hills. I'm hoping I've got that right. If I've not, I'll put a little thing, but it's the Holbrook Hills MCAL. Again by the Crochet Project. Let me see which bag it's in. Here we go. And it calls for 3 different colours of, I think she did kits in coop knits. So I actually have some coop knits, two skeins of it and 1 skein of the other. So these are my colours that I've been using. So I hope these can see these quite well. This is Low Light, coop knits. The middle one is Beryl, again coop knits, and this one is North Shire Yarns November Mornings, I think it's called. November Rain, November Morning, I can't remember, let's have a little look. November Morning. So these are my 3 colours. Now there's supposed to be one that contrasts a little bit more than the others, but I like how they all blend together. So I'm using this one as my contrast simply because it's a different yarn. These are, I don't know what they are actually because I've lost the ball bands a long time ago. So I don't know what kind of wool it is, but this is alpaca, cashmere and silk. 70% baby alpaca, 20% silk and 10% cashmere, and it is luxury at its finest. It's beautiful, it's so soft, really nice, and I just thought it went well with these. So so that's what I'm using, and I have not started very much because there's only been 1 clue that's out so far, and this is how far I've got. So it works out a lot bigger than this. Oh, I feel really petty showing you this tiny little thing. But at least I've shown you the yarn that I'm going to be using, and next time I see you, obviously it's going to be a lot bigger. Each clue is released on a Thursday, I think. Boxing Day was when the first clue came out, which was Christmas on a Wednesday. So yeah, on a Thursday. So well, I better start then. I better do a little bit more really before next Thursday. Today is Monday, although I don't know when I'll get to edit. So this might be the new year. Happy New Year, everybody! Another thing that I cast on that I really got excited about was a jumper for me. So I've cast on my own sweater using some wool that I've hand dyed myself. I don't know if I showed you this. So the wool that I picked up from Yarndale this year, I picked up 2, and this is what I've dyed. So it's a nice charcoaly grey colour. It's really very, very tonal. I think I've decided to call it Storms, or a dark and stormy. I don't know, storm clouds. I wanted a storm cloud to go with my rainbow. So my rainbow is hand spun by me, using a braid that I picked up again at Yarndale by Spin City. It doesn't have a colourway name. It's literally a giant rainbow. So my plan was to do a jumper in my storm clouds and have a rainbow yoke. I've been playing with the Strange Brew pattern, so you can design your own yoke, design your own sweater basically, and this is how far I've got. So let's have a little look. You can't really see, let's do it that way. So I've not got very far, as you can see, but I've been designing. I can't stay still, let's have a little look there. I've been doing my own design of yoke. Now I want to say inspiration for this is my favourite band. I am a big fan of a band called Coheed and Cambria. They're not very well known, but that is my favourite music. I love them with everything that I am. Everybody's got that one thing, right, that they really, really love. Mine, I think, is wool and Coheed and Cambria. So I was going to put them together. They have, within their music, they have lots of their band symbols. You know, everyone's got their band symbol. Is that what it's called? No, surely not. Anyway, within their music and within all their band art are lots of different symbols. This was one of them, and I'm just going to carry on doing as many as I can throughout the whole jumper. I think I want to be able to use the entire rainbow. I think it's going to go all the way to the bottom, if I'm in truth. So I'm going to have to stop for the arms. I think the arms are just going to be plain. And then I'm going to have a farewell pattern going throughout the jumper, or we'll see how far it goes until it's all used up. But I'm really excited by this project, and I've been knitting it as much as I can, picking it up as much as I can. Are you okay? What are you doing? You setting up Monopoly? Edward, I'm going to be doing this, and I don't think we're going to be enough time for Monopoly by the time James wakes up. We'll see. We'll see. I played Monopoly twice over the past couple of days. I kicked my butt both times. So yes, I had lots of fun making up designs for this. Oh, where's my book? So I've been doing a little bit of design work. This is all the instructions for the actual construction of the jumper. These are a couple of scribbles, but this is one of the things. So this one is one of the symbols, and this is another one of the symbols. So I've had fun just like making a little pixel art basically, and hopefully it should I didn't want to swatch. I know it sounds silly, you should always swatch, and just checking my gauge as I go through just to make sure that it's right. But because it's hand spun, I didn't want to use, and it's the colour work. If I'd have done a swatch, I'd have had to pull it all out to use the yarn. So my idea is to take gauge as I keep going, and hopefully they should turn out, hopefully they should look like they're supposed to look. I'm really looking forward to finding out if they do or not. And but I really like how my greys turned out as well, because I thought it was going to be it's a little bit more tonal than I expected, but it's looking nice, I think, anyway, and it's a good job really because it's for me. So we're doing good so far. So hopefully I should have lots of work put into that one, because I'm really enjoying it. My neighbours are hanging out outside. And I'm keeping that in one of my homemade bags, one of my very early bags that I made. So yeah, so they're the ones that I've been enjoying the most, doing the MCAL and the jumper. They're the things that I cast on as soon as Christmas was done. I also really enjoyed making the sock head hat for my sister this Christmas, and I just enjoyed having a stockinette project where I could just go round and round and just pick it up as I went. So I decided to cast on a stockinette stockinette project that I can just pick up and take around with me. And wrong bag. This is what I came up with. So it is just, it's going to eventually be a cowl. So I cast on, I think, 100 stitches, and I've got 2 colours. I'll show you the colours. These are again Northshire yarns in the hair alpaca, silk and cashmere base. This is, I don't want to say, Wise Hearts, and I don't know what the other one is. Nope, lost the tag, sorry. But this is the same kind of grey that was from the November Mornings, but it's got a really, really beautiful just colour, like subtle colour that goes through it. It's got a little bit of this colour, and it's got some green and yellow. It's really, really pretty, and I thought they went really, really well together. So I've got, like I say, I just cast on 100 stitches, and I'm just going to knit in the round, and I've been changing colour as I feel like I should. So I did a provisional cast on, and the plan is just to pick it up and knit as I feel. So I'll just do stockinette forever and ever, keep changing as I go, and then eventually I can graft them together, and it should just be a nice wraparound cowl with no ends to sew in, because they'll all be in the middle. And yes, I think it will take me a very long time, but it's very therapeutic. It's kind of pick it up mindless knitting that I can do while watching a bit of television or watching something that, you know, this just doesn't need my concentration. And it feels amazing, and it's going to be beautiful when it's finished. Let's see if you can see that colour, the little bits of flecks of colour that are going through. Yeah. So
the little bits in the green.
And the little bits, can you see the little bits of green? Yeah.
I can only see the little bits in the green.
Ah, okay. Oh, I've just pulled out all the stitches. I'm just going to hide that and pretend I didn't do it. Put it back in there, and that'll be a job for future Gemma. Sorry, future me. It's quite annoying. But yeah, so they're the things that I've been working on. They're the things that I've been... I look over to find another project. These are some socks that I cast on before Christmas. They are Lucy Locketland, the Magic's Toadstool set that I picked up at Yarndale. And I cast them on in the hopes to take part in my friend Beth. My friend Beth is Doodlebot Illustration, and she was running like a make along on Instagram, and her tag was magic mushrooms, and I thought this would work perfectly. And I really wanted to take part, and I got to the colour work and it was taking a little bit of concentration because I was getting this. Seriously. I don't know how to colour manage with 3 colours. It was starting to get me, and I put it aside because I thought I'm not going to be able to do these in time to take part in the the challenge. And it's Christmas. I had to get the Christmas makes done. So, but this green is so nice. I really like it. It's really tonal. It's beautiful colours that come through it, and it feels lovely. So it is going to be a project to pick back up again, because I really do like these. I think they're really nice. I just remember seeing the sample at Yarndale and thinking, oh, I just want them. They're mine. I need those. I just need to sort this out, and I need to find a way of managing 3 colours, because as I do colour work at the minute, I hold both colours in one hand. I do one and I drop it, and I do another and I drop it, or I try and keep it in one of my other little fingers, but I haven't quite mastered the 2. It is going to be one of my challenges for this year. I really would like to learn how to do continental knitting. I just need to have a little bit of patience with myself, I think, and actually try and do it, because I haven't really tried properly. So, but that is one of my little challenges that I'm going to set for myself for this year. And that's everything that I've been working on. So for Christmas this year, I got extremely spoiled. It was the Harrogate Knitting and Stitching Show in November, the very last weekend in November, I think. And I told my family that I was going to be going, and would anybody like to buy me my Christmas presents from there? And again, this happened last year, but everybody did. They all sent me some money so I could buy my Christmas presents. I was really grateful, but this year I went in with a plan. So last year I think I was a little bit frivolous and was so excited. It was the first time I'd been to the show, and I think I just got a little bit overwhelmed and I just wanted to buy everything. And I still have most of the things from last year that I've not used. So this year I went in with a plan. I wanted to buy nice things, things that I would use over and over again. So here's what I got. I bought myself 2 sewing patterns from Sew Me Something. I got the Julia jumper. The sample of this that was on the wall was beautiful. The way it drapes and fits looks like it's something that I could wear every day. I'm making a million different materials, and I have a stash of material upstairs that I could use, but I also got myself something nice I'll show you in a sec. And I got the Porsche trousers. So again, I would like to be able to make a pair of trousers that are going to fit. So if you've watched before, you might have seen in previous episodes I tried to make a pair of closet case, can't remember what they're called, and a big pair of culottes. I can't remember, Winslow culottes, and they didn't fit, and I couldn't get the fit right. So I'm hoping to, I think I might take a class. There's a couple of stores around that are doing pattern cutting and pattern fitting classes. So I think I'm going to take part in one of those this year and learn how to get a nice pair of trousers, just smack myself in the face with that, a nice pair of trousers that fit. And hopefully I will be able to remake the pattern over and over and have some decent trousers and jumpers. I've got a couple of t-shirt patterns. I am going to get myself a wardrobe this year. That is going to happen. So I think my first one I'm going to do is going to be the Julia jumper, because I bought this beautiful fabric. Look at this. It's got all the smutch from the floor. So this is beautiful sweatshirts. I picked this up at Higgs and Higgs. They had loads of colours, like really a lot of colours. They were at the knitting and stitching show, so I got to have a really nice feel. The back is like a looped sweatshirt, so it's going to be really, really warm. And I've picked up the right amount of material to make the Julia jumper. Hopefully with a little bit left over, I might be able to get myself something small out of like a pair of slippers or something. Or a nice snood, because it's really, really nice warm material. It's got a nice bit of stretch to it. I'm really, really looking forward to using it. It was a little bit expensive, but because it was for Christmas, I had to buy it. It was really, really nice. And I recently saw, I don't know if anybody watches Lizzie. She has a sewing blog on YouTube, and she has just made a couple of things out of this and has just bought herself some nice bottle green one as well. So that was really nice to see it actually made up into a garment already made, so I can say actually yes, it does look really nice. So I was really, really happy that I managed to get some, because well, it's really, really lovely. What else did I get myself from the show? I got some Fiskars scissors, so I did spend quite a little bit of money and got myself some new scissors. And I got, excuse me, I got my lovely friend Annika, who, I don't know if you can tell, but I am a bit of a fan of Northshire yarns, and she has designed the shawl, excuse me because this has been all wrapped up in the back, the stargazing shawl. So she's done kits. This is designed by Keris. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. Becca. Oh my gosh, I'm really sorry, Keris. But yeah, so she has got kits for those, and I couldn't resist these. I thought that was absolutely beautiful. Again, it's in her baby alpaca silk and cashmere base. This is the colour denim, and these are the colour feathers, but I do believe that these are undyed. So this is the base of what it looks like when it's undyed, and this is the denim colour. I was really, really happy with these, and again, I can't wait to cast this on. I have been having a little bit of a cast on party, and I think this is my next one that I am going to cast on. I just need to wind it up. Oh yeah. So there are all the things. Oh no, I'm lying. I got one more little project for myself. One more project. I got myself some Smith and Jamieson's. I again want to do some really nice colour work hats. I've already got one of these little kits that I picked up from Yarndale, and I haven't cast it on yet, but I saw that these guys were at Knitting and Stitching Show, and this colour combination kind of popped out at me, and I really wanted to give these a go. So yeah, some nice Jamieson and Smith. Oh, so I'm going to be doing some lovely Fair Isle hats hopefully later in the year. So that's everything that I bought and picked myself, but the biggest surprise I got this year was what David bought me for Christmas, because I was really unexpected. We both kind of agreed that we weren't really making, I didn't have time to make him anything, and I didn't really get him anything. I bought him a really nice belt. It's not anything really, but we'd said don't really buy each other anything, and he did anyway. It was a really unexpected, brilliant present. So he bought me the electric eel wheel, the Nano. He bought me an electric spinning wheel, guys. So it's a tiny little electric wheel. It comes with its own little bobbins. It's all kind of flat packed together. It's super tiny and portable, and I've already been playing. So I, the past couple of nights, I think, I spun a bobbin of each. So Sorry, at the we went to this. I mentioned the Guild Secret Santa. I gave one of my bags that I made with some felted soap and a drop spindle, and I received a really nice book, which is on the shelf. Sorry, I'll show you another time. It's called The Mindfulness of Knitting. Oh, do you want to pass me it? Thanks.
Is it the white thing?
So I received The Mindfulness of Knitting and also 200 grams of BFL. It's super duper soft, super duper nice. Can I have that? Thanks, you're a good boy. And The Mindfulness in Knitting by Rachel Matthews. I've had a little bit of a read through this, and it's a really lovely book. Meditations on craft and calm. I haven't had much chance to actually have a proper read, but it is definitely going to be one for later on in the year. I've got a couple of audiobooks that I'm really enjoying at the minute, so I'm listening to them. But as soon as I've finished Mindfulness of Knitting and BFL to spin. So that was really exciting because I got fibre to spin and I got an electric wheel. You could not believe the shock that I got when I opened this. It was just absolutely amazing. So I've managed to make myself a little skein of yarn. I got 130 metres off of 2 bobbins, but as you can see I still got a little bit left on there. And it's come out at like a lace weight, fingering weight. It really is super soft, super lovely, and it's just the cutest little electronic wheel. I'm so impressed with it, and I'm so impressed that David actually thought to buy me it, because it's just a really thoughtful gift. And we weren't doing gifts and I bought him a belt. Seriously. I felt so bad. Anyway, look at my beautifulness. It spins lovely. It was slipping a little bit. This is a bit bad. I put some glue tack in the bottom because it was moving on the table, so I just stuck it to the table. It has got little ridges, so you can make a little plinth or something. David's going to make a plinth at work that I can just stick it on and you move it across. But for now I just shoved a bit of glue tack on there. But the motor here at the bottom, that slips a little bit every now and again, because I was going like full throttle, full speed for quite a while. I'm going to say about 2 hours, and the motor started slipping and overheating a little bit. But just with a little bit of manoeuvring, it's fine. It all works back together. Luckily, David's quite mechanically minded, and he just fixed it for me. But yeah, it's so cute. Look at this little thing here. I don't know if you can see. But yeah, the little threader is just on little magnets. How cute is that? It just sits there, goes through the little orifice. I'm just so happy. I'm just so happy with my spinning wheel. So it spins lace weight beautifully, and this BFL. I think what I'm going to do now is, because although I really, really enjoyed spinning this, I think I will enjoy doing some colour a little bit better. So I'm going to have a little play with the rest of this BFL, because I don't know how much is here. I don't know how much I actually spun. I need to weigh it to see how much is here. But I think I'm going to dye the rest of this, and then I get to play with it a little bit better and have a little bit more fun. So there's lots and lots of spinning in my future, because I still can't get over the fact that he bought me an electronic spinning wheel. So much fun. You all right? You grumpy?
I'm just hungry.
You just hungry? Oh, okay. It's hungry time. But that is the end of everything that I've been doing anyway, guys. And hopefully I don't make New Year's resolutions, because I can't stick to them. Kat, you're shaking the whole floor, darling. Please stay still. Thank you. Just stay still. Just 2 more minutes and I'm done. I'm gonna say goodbye, guys, because I was saying I don't make New Year's resolutions. I don't stick to them. I can't stick to them. I'm rubbish. But I really, really do enjoy doing these podcasts, and not being able to do one for the past couple of months has really annoyed me. It's got to me a little bit. and I want to be able to do them a little bit more often. So although I'm not going to say I will see you more often next year, I'm going to try my very hardest to keep on top of everything I'm making. I forgot my coat. I forgot my coat. Okay, guys, I finished sewing my coat. Very, very, very nearly finished sewing my coat. I need some poppers on it. But here, I can't believe the most important thing I missed. I am so proud of this project. I made the Kelly anorak by Closet Case Patterns. I, from start to finish, loved this project because it was such a while ago since I last saw you. I finished it as soon as I finished the last podcast, which is again probably about 2 months ago now, and I've been wearing it ever since. So it looks a mess. Edward, could you pass me my coat, please? Thank you. I'm going to show you a little video of me outside in my coat. Bearing in mind, it has been worn for about a month in this video. So here it is. Here's me. Thanks. And this is my coat. Oh my gosh, it's so crinkled. It is just, well, I wear it every day, so I'm not going to apologise for it because it is something that I've made and I literally wear it every day. It is still to have. It has poppers that go down here. I have bought the poppers, but you need to use a hammer to use them, and I'm terrified that I will not do it right. I won't be able to use them. They'll be useless. They'll slip and go in the wrong place. What I need to do is borrow my friend's tool. She's got like a click, you know what they're called, one of them things, to place them properly. And I just haven't been able to see it. But yeah, everything went so well. I placed my pockets on. I wear it every day. There was nothing. I did all the fell seams. I did the hood. I managed to pop a little hook in there. It's all fully lined. It just went so well. There's a few little mistakes that I made. I'm not going to tell you about them. You're never going to even notice them. I need to make a new one. Edward's just run upstairs. I think James is awake, guys. I am going to go get my baby from his bed, from sleeping, and I will catch you all next time. I'm sorry for the very abrupt ending. The baby's awake. I didn't get to tell you about my coat, but you saw the video, and I'll tell you a little bit more about it next time. But for now, I'll see you all later, guys. See you later. Bye. Excuse me. Edit out the burps.